Today's stories include what hype announcements could be at the Game Awards, some big Nintendo and Pokemon news, and Astro Bot is getting a big update. We'll have all this and more because this is Kinda Funny Games Daily. Yo, what's up? Welcome to Kinda Funny Games Daily for Wednesday, December 11th, 2024. I'm one of your hosts, Blessing Adeoye Jr. Joining me is the LaCroix Poppy, Tim fucking Geddes.
So you like Indiana Jones that much, huh?
I didn't realize what I was giving until right before the show where I was out in the office and Mike saw me and Mike was like, oh yeah, you're giving a little bit of Todd Howard or like, you know, a little bit of Phil Spencer announcing a new Indiana Jones game. Yeah. And I did not purposely do this, but I will lean into it because I do like that game a lot now.
It's good. Nice jacket though.
Thank you.
Killer stuff.
This was another TikTok jacket that I got.
You're getting TikTok shopped.
Yes. Oh, dude, I'm getting TikTok shopped hard. I got the last jacket you saw me wearing a few days ago, TikTok. This one, TikTok. I got some Majin Buu shorts also off
my God.
Off
Good
the
for
TikTok
you.
shop.
Good for you.
So I'm living my best life. I'm hoping that a lot of things get discounted now that TikTok's going away in the US. And so like if I can wait till the last moment. Oh, thank you.
What's the latest word on that? On TikTok going away? Is it really going away?
Yeah, I believe they confirmed it now. Like unless they sell it to somebody else, that it will go away. And I very highly doubt that they're going to sell it to somebody else.
Really?
So I'd be surprised, right?
I'm going to be shocked if this thing goes away.
I think it's going away.
I don't believe it, man. Well,
yeah.
Good riddance.
I mean, listen, we still have Instagram Reels.
We do. We really do.
Here's the thing. I hope it doesn't go away, but also I do hope it goes away because I do need TikTok to be torn away from me.
Mm-hmm. I get that.
It's gotten bad. I used to have it to where I had like the limiter on there to where if I go...
Did you really?
Yeah. If I went above like an hour, it would automatically lock it in my phone and I couldn't use it anymore. Somewhere along the line, it just disappeared. I don't know if this is TikTok being like, what we need to get everybody addicted so that they fight against it. But it disappeared and I didn't bother to try to turn it back on.
I feel like I have a healthy enough relationship with TikTok. Like I would say I've probably evened out. Like I TikTok maybe 10 minutes a day. And it's a nice 10 minutes. I see what I like until I see something I don't like. And then I bounce.
You also have like, you know, you're happily married.
True.
You have
there
kids
are other things
in the form of little dogs.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, you have people that care about you.
Yeah,
I go home and I sit in a dark room and I'm like, I guess I'll boot up TikTok.
Speaking of combining people that care about me and TikTok to some extent, TikTok Shop specifically. Mm-hmm. So I don't know if you know this, Bless, but I'm pretty grinchy when it comes to holidays and stuff. But after 10 years, I've finally allowed our household to have a Christmas tree. So we have a Christmas tree for the first time in my adult life. It's pretty freaking legit. A lot of lights. I'm a big fan of lights. A lot of cool stuff going on, right? The ornaments, right? Very, very particular about what ornaments we're putting on this tree, of course, because I'm me and I'm particular about everything. Over the last 10 years, LaCroix every year sends us a holiday package, and it always comes with LaCroix ornaments.
Of course.
So our tree is just covered in LaCroix, which is fantastic.
I'm still stuck on LaCroix sends you a holiday package.
LaCroix loves me. What can I say?
That's incredible.
Can I say? I'm on their like VIP list.
Good for you.
Yeah,
living your best life.
I really am, man.
You got to take a picture of your Christmas tree because I want to see.
Yeah,
this.
I need to. We will. There's still a couple finishing touches we're trying to get going, but maybe the most heartwarming story, and it reminds me of this is kind of a walk. But remember the Rugrats episode, the Rugrats Christmas episode, not the Hanukkah episode.
I was gonna say I remember the Hanukkah episode.
No, the Christmas episode where Angelica essentially convinced Phil and Lil to buy each other presents, but give each other presents, but it's one of those like Twilight Zone type things where it's like they're giving away the thing that they need for the other present that they're getting. Like, you know, one of those catch-22 type situations. We kind of have that, but like a little different. I knew we were going to get a tree and I saw an ornament. And I'm like, I need to buy that ornament. And then I did. And my plan was I'm just going to put it on the tree, not tell G, and just see if she notices it. And it's going to be really funny. Later, months or weeks pass, and she talks to me. She goes, Tim, I'm so excited. I bought you an ornament, but I don't want to tell you what it is. I just want you to see it on the tree. And I was just like, this sounds weirdly similar to what I have going on. Uh-huh. I was like, gee, I think we might have bought the same ornament.
Oh my God.
And she's like, how is that possible? I'm like, let's say it on 3. 1, 2, 3. It's Tim Robinson on a zip line from I Think You Should Leave.
What the fuck? I thought you were going with like a little Pomeranian.
Nope.
I thought you were going with something that is like very timid. Wait, what?
So if you haven't seen I Think You Should Leave, there's a sketch where he is on The Bachelor, essentially, and is addicted to going on the zip line. And somebody turned that into an ornament of him on the zip line, so it's hanging off of the tree.
Because I've seen I Think You Should Leave. I know exactly the thing you're talking about.
Yeah.
What the fuck? How did you guys both know to get this ornament?
No, but like I saw it from some form of Instagram or TikTok or something advertising. She must have too. And we were both like, we need this to like lovingly prank our significant other. And now we just have, yeah, there we go. And that's how our tree looks. We have 2 of them.
It honestly makes it better. Also, did you credit Rugrats for the gift of the Magi?
Is that what that is?
That's an original story. That's not like a Rugrats created that. That's like a story that you would read in like middle school or high school.
To be fair, Tim, I was with you. Because I was also like, oh yeah, I guess that was a Rugrats story.
No, here's the thing. You are correct. You are correct. I never read that. I have only heard of that as a concept.
Gotcha. Okay.
But yeah, I also wasn't crediting Rugrats with it. Okay. It's not like I'm crediting Rugrats with like, they always have a lot of like parody type story.
When you said that, it took me a minute to register, and then like I felt like my freshman English teacher from high school soul die a little bit.
Yeah,
inside.
That is very, very funny.
I love Alex in chat saying the Passover is also from Rugrats.
I love is that where you learned about it?
Oh yeah, 1000%. That's where I learned about it.
Rugrats, man.
Shout out to Rugrats. Also, shout out to Video Game News. Remember, this is Kind of Funny Games Daily. Each and every weekday, we run you through the nerdy news you need to know about live on YouTube, Twitch, and on podcast services around the globe. If you love what we do, support us with the Kind of Funny membership on Patreon or YouTube to get all of our shows ad-free, watch us record them live, and get a daily exclusive show. For a chance to be a part of the show, submit your thoughts and opinions as YouTube Super Chats as we go. Housekeeping for you. We're an 11-person business all about live talk shows. So today, after KFGD, you're going to get GAMESCAST, which is about fixing the Game Awards. We're going to have a little bit of a critical conversation. I was up last night because I remember we were doing this topic, and I was like, I'm going to do the thing. I'm going to go into the Game Awards categories, and I'm going to mold it in my image.
Oh, I can't wait to hear this.
And so I did.
Did you ask chat for help?
No, I was gonna go live and do it actually, but like Mike and Andy were streaming. I didn't want to like have the 3 of us streaming at the same time. I want to let them like have their audiences, because of course everybody would leave their streams to tune into mine.
100%.
Because who wants to watch Andy playing Marvel Rivals?
You're going to do here
exactly, to recreate the content that I'm gonna bring to work the next morning. But yeah, that's happening right after this KHD, and then after that is the stream, which is the new Fortnite tactical shooter mode, is what I understand it to be.
5v5, first person.
What are we doing?
Anything they want.
I thought Fortnite was one of them battle royale
3D platformer
games.
Next up. Why not?
Why not? Oh, I would love that actually.
Yeah.
Fortnite 3D platformer. Put Mickey Mouse in it. If you're a Kind of Funny member, you can get today's Gregway. And also, thank you because they had the partnership with Disney.
Okay, that's a bit of a stretch.
I mean, who else would they have the 3D platformer be?
I don't know.
Fucking
any of the
John
characters already
Fortnite?
in it. You know what I mean?
The Banana Man.
Banana Man would be great.
Godzilla in Jordans, which is crazy because Godzilla, I mean, I can't believe Fortnite didn't get the original Reptar.
Godzilla, yeah, exactly. Well, Godzilla don't be platforming. You got to be realistic about it. Who is a character that they have access to that you would put in a platformer? It's Mickey Mouse.
Okay. Well,
or Peter Griffin.
agree to disagree.
Peter Griffin would be pretty sick. Thank you to our Patreon producers, Delaney Twining and Carl Jacobs. Today, brought to you by Imperial and Aura Frames, but we'll tell you about that later. For now, let's begin with what is, and forever will be, the Roper Report. It's time for some news. We have 8 stories today.
Wow, that's a lot of stories.
A baker's dozen.
It is a lot of stories. Let's start with story number 1. The Game Awards will reportedly have at least 2 holy shit game announcements. If you're getting deja vu, don't worry. We'll explain.
Who's this come from?
This is from Jordan Midler at Video Games Chronicle.
Mm-hmm.
At least 2 announcements at the Game Awards will make fans say, holy shit, a prominent reporter claims. Speaking about Thursday's show on Kind of Funny Games Daily, Bloomberg reporter Jason Schreier also said that he expects to see early trailers for games that are much further away. Citing Monolith's Wonder Woman game and Star Wars Eclipse, both of which were first shown off at the Game Awards, Schreier claims that when Wonder Woman was first announced, that game was nothing. Quote, there's a good chance you'll see 1 or 2 teaser trailers for games that won't be out for 2026 or later, Schreier said. However, when pressed by host Tim Geddes about whether there would be big announcements to be excited about, Schreier replied, quote, "There are at least 2 things that will make you guys reacting say, holy shit, I can't believe it's here," end quote. Tim,
Yeah.
I saw this on the Reddits. I've been using Reddit recently because I've just been fully online nowadays.
Oh, okay.
And I've seen the Reddit posts about people being like, oh, look at what Jason Schreier said. There's going to be 2 holy shit announcements. You linked here a Shinobi post.
Yeah.
Saying that people should stay up for the Game Awards.
If you want to look at that post, actually, there's context here that's important here. Somebody on Reset Era said, if it wasn't in the Rick Sam said, if it wasn't in the early morning for me, I'd do the same, debating if I should stay up or not. And Shinobi says, I would. This isn't a PlayStation Studios thread. That is something important to note here. And then also real quick, I just sent Assets a picture. Barrett, if you could bring that up. Roger yesterday didn't watch Games Daily until afterwards, and I looked over and I just heard him giggling.
Yeah.
Nonstop. And I was like, what's up? And he was like, Tim, I'm watching you and Jason on Games Daily right now. And you're such a messy bitch as you ask if Jason has seen the rumors.
Look at this guy.
This is my vibe the entire day. Me and Jason having a great time yesterday. We like connected yesterday. Like, I've hung out with him a couple times, but I feel like we were vibing yesterday.
Yeah.
And here's the thing. I want to say this because I think it's very, very important. It's very, very silly that right now we are talking about something that happened on our show yesterday.
Yes.
In terms of like, oh, it's the headline of a show, whatever. I just want to clear to everybody, this is what we do. Like, this is the fun of all of this. Like, predicting and hearing things that might be there and all this stuff and reading way too much into it. Like, we technically were the source of this story that then went on Reddit and turned into a thousands and thousands of comments, threads, and headlines on many websites and all of that. In the same way that we often hear other people go on other podcasts and, oh, Tom Warren said this and Andy Robinson said that and whatever. And then that spins out and then there's headlines and we talk about it. We're all just having fun. You know what I mean? Like, I just want people to understand that there's the serious side of the journalism and stuff. And then there is just this utter nonsense. So we're comfortable in this utter nonsense. Do you feel what I'm saying?
I feel what you're saying. I feel like you're not giving yourself enough credit and like giving us enough credit as far as like, of course, us asking Jason Schreier, hey, like, you know, is there, what else do you know?
Like an utter goon.
Yeah, like, that's us being us, and that's, like, kind of funny being kind of funny. But also, like, I think that does then lend to the conversation that people are having, right? And give people tidbits of where they should set their expectations, right? And I think even though it doesn't feel like journalism, it is, I think, a hint of journalism to the smallest degree possible.
While that may be true, the point that I'm making is that it's fucking stupid that we're here trying to like all like figure out exactly what this Game Awards show is going to announce because we're looking at it as entertaining content. And we're essentially trying to spoil the content for ourselves before we even see it. Like, where's the who the fuck
that
gives
I
a
agree
shit
with.
from a journalist's perspective?
Yes.
But again, I want to sit in the fun of it all. It's fun to talk to our friends about video games and what may or may not be at the next commercial that we're excited to watch together.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And also, like, this is the stuff that, like, y'all tune into here and y'all tune into, like, because I think it's fun conversations.
Absolutely.
Right?
In the same way that I spend hours of my week watching Simon Miller break down WWE Raw and SmackDown and do predictions episode of who he thinks is going to win and lose at the pay-per-views. It's like, who gives a shit? Like, I'm watching. I have my own opinions. Why should this matter? The thing's going to happen and it's entertainment. But it's so much fun. It's more entertainment. And, like, I like the personalities talking about it because we're all just here hanging out, talking about things we love, listening to things we love. Anyways,
so
I love this.
Are you ready to acknowledge me, Tim?
I guess.
Are you ready to accept that my prediction of a Naughty Dog new IP getting announced tomorrow is going to come true?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah,
Let's
absolutely.
go.
I mean,
Let's
look,
go.
it all adds up here.
It's happening, everybody.
And this is incredible. Like, and you know, this is the problem with all of this of like, if that doesn't happen, then we're going to be very let down by the Game Awards, or even worse, it leaks tomorrow morning. And just feels like this awkward kind of fucking like shadow over everything, so that when we do talk about it, there's always this like, oh, it leaked.
I mean, but like, I think for the people that, well, the leak stuff here, I think to the people that get disappointed, I still think that's on y'all, right? Like, I feel like disappointment is always on like the person getting disappointed when it comes to these showcases or like these like marketing fueled events. Because nobody is explicitly telling us that a Naughty Dog thing will happen. This is me, Blessing, who y'all know who I am. Y'all know my level of like knowledge or lack of knowledge, right? Like y'all know where I sit. Y'all know who, like how long I've been in this industry and how long I haven't been in this industry. When I'm telling you that I predict a Naughty Dog thing, you can go off of, all right, he's gonna have a Blessing amount of accuracy with this, which is not promising.
I mean, that's the thing. In
like,
terms
that's not a
of
lot.
credibility of stuff, it's like the credibility is just the expertise that you have proven to have earned over your entire life of understanding video games and how they work and all that. You don't actually know shit.
I don't know shit. Yeah,
you don't actually know any insider
the shit and the shit that I
information.
like. And this is me saying that I don't know anything about anything, but the shit that I do know, and I imagine for the most part for us, the shit that we do know, we don't say.
We don't talk about.
We're not
That's the
like
rule
we're not
here.
those kind of people.
You
right?
don't do that, right?
Yeah.
But anyways, it's very exciting because where there's smoke, there's fire. We did our full prediction episode for Game Awards on GamesCast a couple days ago. I thought it was an amazing episode. We brought a lot of fun energy, fun predictions, and I do think very for the most part realistic predictions of things that could happen, and they were exciting. This is one of those rare years where I feel like we all kind of like put out. There we go. A lot of very fun predictions for things that could be announced that legitimately could be there. And I feel like we're going to get multiple of them.
You think so?
I do think that multiple of the things we predicted are going to end up here.
He says there are at least 2 things that will make you guys reacting, say, holy shit, I can't believe it's here.
And I want to break that down real quick because I do think, and this is the reason I just went on my whole little preamble about like the circle of the headlines of all this stuff is because this is a perfect example of that we need to keep in mind, and the audience needs to keep in mind when we have these conversations of how little it all matters and how much context matters in going to the source. Jason Schreier was not saying that there's going to be 2 announcements that are going to make people watching say holy shit. He was saying us reacting because he knows that we react to the show. He's specifically talking about the Kind of Funny crew, right? So I don't think that that's much different because I do think we do represent a big part of the people watching community.
Yeah, if we get hyped about something, there's a likely chance that people watching could get hyped about that thing.
Exactly, but I do think that context was taken out of the articles and stuff, and I'm not saying that that's wrong.
How
I'm
dare
just
you?
saying
Who
that
wrote
that
this?
taken out
Who
of
wrote this?
The articles and stuff, and I'm not.
Well, we're hearing echoes, Barrett. Jordan Miller wrote this.
Yeah.
Jordan, how dare you?
No, but
Put the context in there.
No,
Jordan Midler.
he did.
That's right, Midler.
No.
Jordan. We're talking about you. He's talking about you, Jordan Midler.
My point is, I think that's just we all need to keep that in mind when we're having these conversations about every messenger along the way. The context changes just a little bit. So then we get to this point where we're talking about, oh, there's going to be 2 major announcements that every single person's going to be super hyped for, and that's not the case. But like,
I mean, dive into the meat and potatoes, Tim.
Yeah.
What are these 2 things? What are the 2 holy shit announcements?
I mean, I think it's Naughty Dog's next IP.
Fuck yeah.
I think that's for sure one of them.
Acknowledge me, everybody.
And I mean, he was saying that like you'll see 1 or 2 teasers for games that won't be out till 26 or later. And I do think that obviously the Naughty Dog one is one of them. And I mean, there's just so many, again, going back to our predictions or just going back to like things that we didn't officially predict, but we had on our potential list of like, there's a lot of things that fit that qualification. Like, I don't think it's GTA. Right?
No.
But it could be BioShock.
I think GTA would be one of those things that makes us say, holy shit, I can't believe it's here.
Yeah.
That fits the bill.
Yeah.
It would be unbelievable.
Yeah.
But like
Half-Life 3 is another one, right? Like, I think we're just in the point
which
now.
one is more likely between GTA 6 and Half-Life 3 being at the Game Awards tomorrow?
3.
No
Half-Life
way.
3.
It's not even a question.
Really? You think Half-Life 3 has a likelier chance of being there tomorrow than GTA 6? A game that we know exists.
Every move that we've seen Steam make in the last like year.
Everybody's saying absolutely Half-Life.
All signs are pointing to it, man.
But also, like, I could also see, even if Half-Life 3 isn't actually being worked on right now or whatever, I could still see it happening first at the Game Awards, then Rockstar bringing something as big as a GTA 6, as big as a new release, to a different event that isn't their own thing.
Which it is, by the way. Half-Life 3 is being worked on.
We can't do this. Like, here's the thing.
I know for a fact Half-Life 3 is being worked on.
Jordan Midler. He gave you an article right there.
Will it see the light of day? What does that turn into? Who the hell knows?
I believe you.
Half-Life 3 is being worked on.
I believe it. How old am I? I'm 30. When did Half-Life 2? When did the latest Half-Life game that's not Half-Life Alyx come out?
Well, Half-Life 2 had like multiple episodes. But Half-Life 2
when did Half-Life 2 episode 2 come out? 2007?
2006. I want to say.
I
So
want to say it was before Portal 1, yeah.
for most of my life, it's been a thing of Half-Life 3.
Yeah.
Where's most of my,
That
I'm
and
30
Detox.
years old. Most of my life, Half-Life 3 has been this fairy tale, like legendary, like myth of a video game. It's the longest running like meme for me, right? Of a video game that has been announced that will never happen. Longer than The Last Guardian, longer
Duke
than all
Nukem
this.
forever.
Like, yeah, longer than Duke Nukem Forever. Half-Life 3 is the ultimate, like, final boss of all this shit, which is why it's just hard for me to think that tomorrow y'all think there's a likelier chance of Half-Life 3 happening.
Yeah.
At least we know GTA 6 exists, and we've
Yeah.
gotten a trailer for it. Like, is it like Rockstar? Sure, they don't usually do showcases. They can do it whatever they want. Just Half-Life 3, man. That's just, it's crazy to say those words out loud.
No, you're right.
Half-Life
You're
3.
right. And to be clear, I'm not the one predicting it's going to be there for sure. You know, I'm just saying like it is definitely more likely than GTA. And I also want to say, Bless, I'm going to say that like it's not a slim chance it's there. I feel like it is probably like, I'd say 25%.
No. Okay, now
I think so. I think so.
We were once in a world blessing where it would be crazy to announce Shenmue 3. We were once in a world blessing where it would be crazy to announce Final Fantasy VII Remake.
But I'm telling y'all that Half-Life 3 is crazier than all that shit.
We got Half-Life
like,
Alyx.
Valve doesn't even like Valve makes games, but they don't even have to make games anymore. That's
I know, but what if they were trying to sell a hardware in living rooms?
And like that, I mean, that was a good point. I think that was like the most salient thing said during the predictions episode of, hey, that would be the perfect storm. We're gonna try and sell a console as Valve. We want this thing to work. We need a killer app. That is Half-Life 3. And like they've done it. Like with VR, they had Half-Life Alyx.
Exactly.
With Steam Deck, they had the fucking I mean, this wasn't the killer app, but they had like the little 2-hour Portal Half-Life adjacent thing. Remind me, chat, what it was called. This is par for the course, and like this would make sense with a new piece of hardware. But yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know.
10-year anniversary.
Aperture desk job. Thank you so much, chat.
Yeah.
That'd be so sick. So you think Half-Life is one of these?
No, I don't. I don't.
Okay.
No. I think Naughty Dog's one of them. I think Half-Life could be the other one. I do not think it's that though. I feel.
Let me bring in some more context here.
Yeah, go
with
for
story number 2. And this may be related, may be very unrelated, but I'm just going to bring it in because it's Game Awards adjacent. A couple of Game Awards confirmations have been revealed by Jeff Keighley. 2 people are presenting that we know and love. The first one being actress Shannon Woodward, who you know as Dina in The Last of Us Part 2, along with like one of the main characters of Westworld, I believe. She is joining Game Awards as a presenter. Jeff Keighley tweeted that out yesterday. He also tweeted out that Troy Baker, the star of Indiana Jones and the Great Circle, joins as an award presenter for Thursday's show. So 2 presenters, of course, that could mean nothing. Of course, I think Troy Baker especially is the fact that he's in Indiana Jones, and so it's relevant. But Shannon Woodward.
Yeah. I mean, season 2 of Last of Us is coming out, right? Like that would be pretty
Relevant.
perfect. If there is a trailer that they're debuting, that can make sense. Also, she's just a great performer. So her just announcing the best performers category, right? Best performance.
Best
whatever it
performance,
is.
yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know. When it comes to a lot of like, oh, these people are going to be here, I don't put a lot of stock in trying to correlate that to announcements necessarily. Because I mean, just traditionally looking back, like I kind of feel like they don't do that, right? Like unless it's like something that we know for sure, like, oh, Ed Boon's gonna come, and yeah, it's gonna be Mortal Kombat. Like we know that that's happening, but I feel like they spell that out a little bit more when it's that obvious.
Do you think there's anything in I just noticed this as I was reading through, right? Like Jeff mentions Troy is joining as an award presenter, and when he talks about Shannon, he just says she's going to be a presenter. Like, what do you think that could be? Is it just like, hey, here's a new trailer, here's like a new, maybe it isn't something related
I
to
mean,
her?
that actually, that wording I do think matters. So potentially that is a trailer or announcing, I don't know.
Main character in the next Naughty Dog game.
Maybe. Now here's a question, Bless.
Yeah.
We are all so sure that tomorrow Naughty Dog's announcing a new IP.
Yeah, we're all so sure.
We're all so
Y'all
sure.
motherfuckers doubted me.
What if it's Last of Us 3? Is there a chance?
I hope not, man. I'm somebody who loves Last of Us. I just want to see something different from Naughty Dog. I think they've earned being able to do something different. I don't know. We've gotten so much Last of Us in the last 5 years that I think the audience is kind of like fed especially with the Last of Us TV show actively happening, like I feel like that audience is pretty fed. And it seems like from rumors, speculation, like discussions, reports, it seems like the new IP is the next thing.
I think so too.
Yeah, like it seems like the stars have aligned for that, and then later on we're getting Last of Us 3. Last of Us 3, I feel like it's still a twinkle in Homeboy's eye.
Yeah.
And like they made a documentary of the making of part 2, right? And like I think it was at the end of that where it was like they kind of tease maybe he's starting to write concepts of part 3. So I think it'd be like way too early to get something together for that.
Yeah, just with everything that's happened though with the show and with the factions and all that, like I do think that clearly things have shifted. So we'll see. I just want it on record. I'd be equally hyped for either Last of Us 3 or new IP.
What are the chances that it's not Naughty Dog tomorrow?
See, okay, you're driving towards the place that I was about to drive to in a second,
okay.
which is, you know, we talked about during the predictions PlayStation and how like PlayStation Showcase, usually you want to save the big guns for there. I was thinking about PlayStation Showcase this morning, and the last PlayStation Showcase we got, not State of Play, right? Last showcase we got, I believe, was the one where we got like not Anthem, Marathon, and like the multiplayer stuff that disappointed people for the most part. And that was like a year and a half ago. That was May 2023. And this might be part of a different conversation, but I'm bringing it in here just for the sake of it, right? Like I feel like PlayStation Showcase for Sony is one of those things that they're still trying to figure out. They're still trying to like. I
don't know that I agree with that.
Okay.
I think they have it figured out. I just think that they don't have the content to back it up. Like, I think that they know, like, if there was 4 PlayStation showcases so far, only 1 was bad. The other 3 were bangers. And I feel like that's
But then,
the thing
when's the last banger one? Like 3 years ago, 4 years ago?
But I think that's just telling of, like, where they're at with the game development. I feel like we know we're due for a banger showcase simply because we know the teams they have and we don't know what they're working on. So it's
but like I guess the point I'm making is why wait for a PlayStation Showcase when it feels like these things are now inconsistent in terms of timing, inconsistent in terms of quality, and like them being able to put that much into the last PlayStation Showcase and it to still fall flat. If I'm Sony, I'm going, let's rethink this whole thing.
See, I just don't see it that way. I don't think they've had one bad showcase. So I don't think that
but the last showcase was like 3 or 4 years ago, right?
But I wouldn't call them inconsistent. I'd say that there was like one misstep so far. If they put out another bad PlayStation Showcase, then we're in a different spot. The fact that we had one bad PlayStation Showcase, some of the other ones are some of the best showcases we've ever had of PlayStation Studios' best teams announcing new games and like following up back to back. Like we had 2 showcases in 1 year that were incredible.
And that was launch PS5. And I think that's what worked to its benefit.
But now we're looking at phase 2 of those studios and we don't know what they're working on at all.
Yeah.
Like there's like 4, 5, 6 different question marks. And I feel like that's a showcase. I don't think we're ready for that right now.
Well, my thing is, why wait for a showcase, right? I think to the Naughty Dog thing, what if it isn't just one PlayStation game? What if we're getting 2 big PlayStation games? What if we get Sony Santa Monica's new IP and Naughty Dog's new IP?
I mean, that would be, I don't, that PlayStation Showcase matters. PlayStation's branding matters. They believe in all this stuff. The Game Awards is a different scale, huge thing. You don't need to put hella stuff there if you're a PlayStation. Like, you have the one thing to try to like, be the headline. And especially for the 10th year anniversary of the Game Awards, like you got to be smart about who you're competing with. Remember, the Game Awards is and now Summer Game Fest, like they're different than PlayStation Showcases, Nintendo Directs, all the Xbox things, because anyone is there. Everyone. You're competing for mind share, like on stage actively from everyone else. So I don't think, whereas PlayStation Showcase, you're kind of doing that with yourself.
Yeah.
But I think PlayStation's not going to go too hard at this thing. I think that smaller things, I think totally makes sense. DLC packs, expansions, things like that. But I think we don't get more than one major PlayStation thing.
Fair enough.
And when I say major, I'm talking about Barlog's project, Druckmann's project, the big Insomniac things.
Yeah.
Something from Guerrilla.
Bear, what were you thinking when you say not Naughty Dog?
We got that weird teaser of those live action PlayStation, like there was that trailer or that ad from a couple of years ago, and there was that blonde woman going around in a cave. Uncharted. Maybe it's time.
Blue Point.
And then maybe Blue Point, maybe Sony Bend. They worked on Golden Abyss.
I was thinking about Sony Bend a lot, but they said they're working on a new IP, and there was also one of the stories I was going around in the last day that I didn't include because it was a bit too
I just really
speculatory.
need to know
but-
who that blonde lady is, and I need to.
Can you bring up the blonde lady? Because I don't recall the blonde lady.
Yeah, I need to confirm that. Spoilers for Uncharted 4. Nathan Drake's daughter. But I'll look for that ad for you.
Who was she played by? Oh yeah, Caitlin Dever.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
Wild. Yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah,
now,
actually, that it's so funny. There's certain things that we just predict over and over so many years that eventually it's like we will it into existence. But yeah, on new Uncharted, at some point we're getting it, and at some point we're gonna know what Blue Point's working on.
I mean, what Blue Point? Their wording was that they're working on new content.
Original content.
They didn't really say new IP.
So
they didn't
many
say
things.
new IP. They said new content.
Yeah.
So I don't know what that means. And then Ben is working on new IP. And then the last day there was the stuff going around about somebody's portfolio who's working at Sony Ben that seems to be pointing to some kind of multiplayer shooter or whatever. But it was one of those ones that doesn't seem concrete at all. What's up?
We didn't in our predictions topic talk at all about Days Gone remastered.
Yeah.
Right. I mean,
is that
there tomorrow?
Maybe.
Yeah. Not that I care, but I'm just saying,
I think that's one of those
in terms
ones,
of PlayStation announcements of their presence at the show.
Yeah. I mean, maybe if Jeff's trying to make them happy or something. Because if I'm Jeff, I'm I don't know, get this Days Gone remastered. Get this the fuck out of here. Nobody cares about Days Gone remaster. Yeah, everybody sees that on screen and groans.
I guarantee a lot more people care about that than
Horizon.
I wasn't going to.
Oh, okay.
I was going to say
because nobody cared about Horizon remaster either.
No,
I
was going to say then the 15 CG trailers for games that look nothing or gameplay that looks nothing like it that we're about to see at the Game Awards tomorrow. You know what I mean? Last of Us is a heavy, or Days Gone will be a heavy hitter compared to the majority of things we're going to see at Game Awards. That's just
define majority. Hold on.
Majority of things of
the commercials,
commercial stuff.
Then
yeah,
sure.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not even counting commercial-ass commercials. I'm talking about announcements that they make. I'm not wrong.
I don't know, man. I don't know. Tim, you talked about PlayStation. Let's talk about Nintendo. But before we do, I want to talk to you about patreon.com/kindafunny and youtube.com/kindafunnygames, where you can get the Kinda Funny membership, which allows you to get shows ad-free. And speaking of ads, let us tell you about our sponsors.
This episode is brought to you by Imperial. Imperial is a complex, challenging, feature-rich action RPG. In a far-flung corner of the galaxy, an expedition arrives on a hitherto unexplored planet to find a colossal monolith built by a lost civilization. There are no more ruins. The monolith is filled with danger, and the expedition is ill-equipped to unearth the secrets within. All eyes turn towards an elite mercenary who may succeed where all others have failed. Venture inside the monolith and face the automatons that yet remain, remnants of the impossibly ancient civilization that built this unknowable structure. Survive and uncover revelations that transform our understanding of humanity itself. Imperial features a memorable cast of characters with personal quest lines and multiple endings for each one. Of course, you can unlock new abilities to personalize your playstyle and upgrade and modify the loot that you find. Your only hope of victory lies in mastering a unique and complex combat system, so get on it. You can wishlist Imperial now on PlayStation, Xbox, and Steam. Wishlist Imperial today. This episode's brought to you by Aura Frames. Isn't it funny how the people we love most are often the hardest to shop for? Luckily, there's one gift that everyone on your list is sure to enjoy: an Aura digital picture frame. Aura frames make it incredibly easy to share unlimited photos and videos directly from your phone to the frame. And when you give an Aura frame as a gift, you can personalize and preload it with a thoughtful message and photos using the Aura app, making it an ideal present for long-distance loved ones. Greg, Kevin, and a ton of people at Kinda Funny are obsessed with their Aura frames. It takes about 2 minutes to set up a frame using the Aura app. That means you'll be able to easily add all the photos of the new memories that you will create this holiday season. Save on the perfect gift by visiting auraframes.com to get $35 off Aura's best-selling Carver matte frames by using promo code KINDAFUNNY at checkout. That's AURA frames.com, promo code KINDAFUNNY. This deal is exclusive to listeners, so get yours now in time for the holidays. Terms and conditions apply. auraframes.com, promo code KINDAFUNNY.
And we're back with story number 3. Nintendo now owns 100% of Monolith Soft. This is Amber V at Automaton. According to Monolith Soft's official homepage, the Xenoblade series developer is now wholly owned by Nintendo. Monolith was originally created by founders Hirohide Sugiura, Tetsuya Takahashi, and Yasuyuki Hone, with investment from Namco to work on Xenosaga, a Namco-owned spiritual successor to Square's Xenogears. In 2007, Nintendo bought out 80% of Monolith's shares from Namco and then went on to further increase its stake to 96% in 2011. Up until recently, Monolith's founders have maintained a symbolic 4% stake in the company, but it seems Nintendo has acquired the remaining shares. We don't know when exactly this happened, but Sugiura, Takahashi, and Hone still owned 4% of Monolith Soft at least until March this year, when their company brochure for 2024 was published.
Interesting. I think this is another example of just an excuse to talk about Nintendo and Monolith, as opposed to like it being anything that's going to dramatically shift and change. We're talking about vast majority ownership already with 96%. Now it's 100. I literally don't think that's going to change much, but I do think it shows a even growing investment and belief in Monolith Soft and what it means to Nintendo. And it's a shame that their games, I think, are such a blind spot for the Kind of Funny team, because like none of us here really have any interest in them or have played them, at least not all the way through, except for Nick. That's a joke, but
one day we'll get.
We got Nick. Nick reviewed Xenoblade Chronicles X back in the day. He didn't really.
I was gonna say, did he play through it?
No, he just gave his review about it.
That sounds like something that'll make people mad.
Yeah, 100%. But that. They've proven themselves time and time again. They've been there for Nintendo, and I feel like that when you look at the quality of games they've been putting out, like even though we're not playing them, we always see the comments of like, "Yo, we're loving these games. Y'all are sleeping on these games."
Yeah,
the DLC expansions people are obsessed with. And one big thing, Barrett, can you just bring up footage of like Xenoblade Chronicles 2? Just like these games are gorgeous.
Yeah.
And we talk so much shit about how the Switch runs games because it runs games poorly. But you compare like Pokemon Scarlet and Violet and the way the open world looks to the way that Xenoblade looks. And it's just like, how are these coming from the same machine? And it's just very, very impressive. And Monolith Soft, I feel, has an amazing technical understanding of how to meld the art design that Nintendo's known for with using the tech to like really eke out every single bit of juice from it that I do think is that Nintendo magic. When you look at a Mario Odyssey and you're like, God damn, this thing's beautiful looking, but it's Switch, you know? That to me, I think is just very, very impressive. But if you can go to like some open world stuff here, like the world's just incredibly impressive.
I'm like, there's definitely a future where I fall in love with Xenoblade Chronicles. I just haven't like reached that version of me yet. I put up a tweet yesterday that was like, you know, I went from like fighting games to, or I went from like roguelikes to fighting games to card games. What's going to be my next obsession, right? And like, I feel like Xenoblade Chronicles is one of those ones that is going. I know for a fact that I would probably love this game. I think Tim, you would probably love Xenoblade Chronicles. I think Barrett would probably love it. I think Andy would probably love it. I just don't think we've had the time and space yet. Yeah, because sometimes you just need to be in the right place, right time with certain games.
Yeah, I've tried it before. Like I think I had to play a couple of re-releases or something when I was at IGN. And I wasn't into them at the time.
I guess in the way that like, you know, Metaphor hit for you, Tim, and I know it's probably going to take you a year to play through that game.
I don't know if I'm ever going to complete it at this point.
Yeah,
if I'm being honest, but
like I think for me, this strikes me as one of those. Right, this strikes me as I know it's good. I know it has the trappings there, but it is also a game that I think is probably pretty demanding of your time and energy. Yeah, and we just have to have that time and energy.
Yeah, totally. But
I think I can see, Switch 2, the next Xenoblade, Tim. Assign me to the review.
You think so?
Assign me to the review, Tim.
Okay, well, I mean, you're saying next one for next Switch because Xenoblade Chronicles X from Wii U is coming to Switch.
No, ain't no way I got time for that.
Yeah. But I mean, can you bring up Xenoblade Chronicles X?
Like, actually, you know what? I have been curious about it because I know it has mechs.
It's the mech one.
It's the mech one.
So I'm like, looking at it, I'm like, it's kind of fucking sweet looking.
You're a big mech boy now, Bless.
I am a big mech boy. If Andy wants to stream this game with me, do the Kind of Funny stream through. This isn't a promise. This isn't me saying we're going to do it. I'm just saying if Andy wants to, I could be down.
And we have Joshy G and Snacks Unlimited both writing in with very similar sentiments. Don't forget the Monolith Soft helped work on Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom.
Yep.
And the Snacks says, don't forget Monolith Soft helped develop and work hard on Tears of the Kingdom and Breath of the Wild.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah,
What do you know? What's messed up is that there was a fork in the road for me where I could have been a big Xenoblade sicko back in the day. And back in the day might be putting it too much. In like 2010, 2011, when I had my Wii, I did have 2 games that I was looking at. It was Xenoblade Chronicles and The Last Story. I was gonna play one of those.
So
games.
wait, hold on. Why'd you have the 2 GameStop exclusives?
Oh wait, were those both GameStop exclusives?
Those games are you can only buy them at GameStop.
Listen, allegedly I had a lot of Wii games for reasons I won't I won't tell you right here on camera. I just had a lot of games I was working with. And I think I was like going through a list of, because I had just finished No More Heroes, I had finished Twilight Princess, I'd finished a bunch of Wii games, and I was looking up best Wii games to play.
Yeah.
And the list was like The Last Story and Xenoblade Chronicles. And I looked at both of them, and for some reason I went The Last Story. And I love The Last Story. I think that game's fucking awesome. It came and went. Like, nobody talks about that game anymore.
Yeah, it really was The Last Story.
Even though it really was. Even though that game fucking rocks. But if I had chose Xenoblade Chronicles, I would be sitting here a sicko.
I mean, the Xeno saga confuses the shit out of me. I don't really know how they're all connected, if they're all connected. But I know my best friend Curran, his top 3 favorite games of all time: Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time, Final Fantasy VII, Xenogears on the PlayStation 1.
Wow.
Which was the original of this. And then on the PlayStation 2, there was Xenosaga 1, 2, and 3. And then we have Xenoblade Chronicles 1, 2, 3. It's Wii U, Switch, and stuff. And then X is there. Are they all connected? Is it possible to know? Anyways,
let's talk about something else Nintendo related. Story number 4: Pokemon teams up with Wallace and Gromit Studio for Mystery Project. This is Ryan Dinsdale at IGN.
Woo!
The Pokemon Company has teamed up with Aardman, the British stop-motion animation studio behind Wallace and Gromit, and Chicken Run for Mystery Project.
Fuck yeah.
good for you,
Let's
Nintendo.
go. As reported by Variety, the special project will bring Aardman's unique style of storytelling to the Pokemon universe in brand new adventures. A release window of 2027 was set, but it's unclear if the project is a film or TV series or something else. Quote, "This is a dream partnership for Pokemon." The Pokemon Company International's VP of Marketing and Media, Taito Okiura, said, quote, "Aardman are masters of their craft, and we've been blown away." I don't know why I'm cracking up, because it's true. It is true. They are masters of their craft. Chicken Run, fucking good ass movie. We have been blown away. What? You're gonna look at me and tell me that I'm wrong?
You're right, but like the conviction you have. Like,
No,
I've never seen a man fuck with Chicken Run more than I just did.
No, Chicken Run is fucking fantastic, dude.
If I could point to possibly one of the earliest forms of media that taught me about
Chicken's
workers'
running.
rights and shit like that, or was it an analogy for that? It's Chicken Run. Chicken
Oh
Run
yeah,
fucks,
shout out
man.
to Chicken Run.
I mean, Chicken Run was, and I'm sure this is true for many of us, it was the first movie I watched that was like that.
I mean, no, I'd
why
watched
does
the
it
Wallace
look
and
like
Gromit
that?
movies or things as well.
Yeah, but I think I watched Chicken Run before Wallace and Gromit.
Damn, that's crazy.
Actually, no, you're right. I might have watched.
They were playing Wallace and Gromit at like school and shit all the time, but
Can you bring up Wallace? Wasn't Wallace in Chicken Run, or am I just confusing the two of them? I might be conflating both of them. I might have watched both at the same time.
he might have never seen Chicken Run, and let's be honest.
I mean, there's a good chance that maybe I saw Wallace and Gromit and just thought it was Chicken Run because I was a dumb kid. I've definitely seen at least one of these movies, and whichever one it was, it fucked.
I mean,
You definitely saw
they
Chicken
just
Run.
look like, they're
Oh, you're
obviously the
right.
same, like,
You're
kinda
right. But
style.
you can understand how, as a kid, this is confusing.
I had
Because I
yeah.
thought they were the same movie.
the dude from Chicken Run. I had like a toy of him.
That's
God, it was
such a Barrett story. I believe that.
You could take off his little like bandana that he wore. Like, he was so cool.
I don't want to see anything in claymation.
Wait, what? You say you don't
I
want to
don't
see
want
anything?
especially not Sonic the Hedgehog.
You don't want to see a Psyduck?
I don't want to
or-
see Sonic. I don't want to see any of his friends in claymation.
In claymation?
Don't want it.
Claymation
Don't
is
let it
such an
happen.
underutilized art style. It's difficult, It takes a real craftsman to make claymation
Yeah,
happen.
it
But when
does.
it happens, that shit's off the chain. I love me some claymation. They continue their quote saying, "Well, and this is the Pokemon Company speaking. What we have been working on together ensures our global Pokemon fans are in for a treat." End quote.
We'll see what this is.
Yeah, I'll end the story there because it's pretty much there's more context to it. But let's go.
I hope it's just Wallace put into the Pokemon world, and he has to be a Pokemon master.
I
I
hope
mean, I'd
not.
be down for that. Can we skip
Nah,
to
man.
story number 6?
Yeah, let's skip to story number 6. We'll come back to 5 later. Story number 6 is A Very Sonic Christmas. I don't know what this is.
I fucking love Claymation. I was just fucking with you guys.
So I've not watched this. Tim, have you watched this?
I have not, but I saw 1 second of it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, hell yeah. It's Sonic and Claymation.
I looked over to Roger's desk and I saw like this, and I was like, I can't look at more of this. I need to watch this.
Yeah.
On Kind of Funny Games Daily.
Also,
bring it up.
We're 9 days away from Sonic 3.
Since this is our first holiday together, I'm going to show you guys how to do it right. There's the lights and the ugly sweaters.
Cool. Disgusting.
And the most important part,
I don't like how Knuckles
Santa
looks.
Claus.
I am familiar with Mr. Santana.
It's Santa. But yeah, he's awesome. And he's the only one on Earth almost as fast as me.
How does he do it?
Why don't we ask him?
Where did I put my keys?
What a holiday, man. Santa gets sucked into a Sonic portal.
Are you okay? Can I get a pic?
Oh no! My ankle! I'll never be able to deliver all my presents in time.
Not to worry, Santana. I will alert the children that Christmas is canceled.
No,
is a good bit.
wait.
This is a really good
There's gotta
bit.
be another way.
Well, if there was someone
Yeah?
who was almost as fast as me, and that person had help from a team.
From a team?
Then maybe.
Maybe. Hold on. Are you
Sonic.
saying you want Team Sonic to save Christmas?
I love these shorts, man.
This is great.
We're living the best timeline, Bless.
These two are definitely on the naughty list.
Robotnik getting cool was
I love that they actually have all their voices.
Yeah.
But they got Idris Elba for this
did
shit.
it.
But you forgot the most important gift.
Nunchuck?
New
Lots
plate.
and lots and lots of grapes.
The gift of knowing you're part of a family.
Thank you, Santa. Now let's get you home.
Shadow? What are you doing?
You chose the wrong hedgehog. He can't even teleport.
It's Kyoto.
This is fucking
Well,
awesome.
if he can teleport, why did he have to steal my sleigh?
I feel like this guy's gonna be a problem.
Let's go. Who played Santa?
Yeah, it was
At his
Kyoto.
house.
That's
Oh my
awesome,
God.
dude. Hey, shout out to them.
Shout out to them.
This is good. Have some freaking fun.
That's some marketing right there. Santa with a chili dog.
They made a custom song for this. That's wild.
Also, Keanu Reeves just sounded like Keanu Reeves. Did you
Good.
catch that? He just sounded like Keanu Reeves.
As he should. Hell yeah, man. I can't freaking wait.
Come on. This is like good stuff, man. Let's go back to story number 5. Speaking of Christmas and winter, I guess. Story number 5, Astro Bot is getting a new update with a new level. This is Nicholas Doucette at PlayStation Blog. Since releasing Astro Bot earlier this year on PS5, we have been submerged by lovely comments from you in the PlayStation community, and we're delighted with the critical response to the game all over the world. From the bottom of our hearts, thank you so much for showing your appreciation. It truly means a lot to us. As our way of saying thank you, it is my pleasure to announce that a whole new piece of free additional content is coming to Astro Bot. Indeed, the little robotic elves of Team Asobi have been very busy preparing a whole new level called Winter Wonder, which will be coming live on Thursday, December 12th at 6 p.m. Pacific Time. You'll need to have completed the game for this special update to appear. Since we want it to remain a little surprise, we will not say too much, but you should expect a fun-filled level with shiny presents, a good dose of jingle bells, and brand new special bots to add to your crew.
This is what it's all about.
Come on.
I love this. Like, this is video gaming at its peak. You know what I mean? Fun, pleasure, surprises. You don't know what's going to happen, but it's going to be good. I can't believe we're getting more Astro Bot. A new level to celebrate Christmas. You see all those little ornaments there?
Yeah.
You know, I love that they're like, somebody had an idea and they're like, that's a great idea.
They put on one
Let's
of them sticky
do
notes.
it.
Yep.
And then it happened. Like, I Team Asobi, man.
My hope is with
Hats
this,
off.
and I don't know what this would look like, but I want the rescuable like bots. I want them to be all themed after like winter or like wintry PlayStation characters. But I don't know who those would be. Like,
The
are
rabbit.
The rabbit?
Think about it.
Wait, which rabbit? I can only think about the rabbit from Mario 64 for some reason.
The one that Ellie shot.
Wait, the what?
The one that Ellie shot with the
No.
arrow.
Oh,
Timmy.
It was the first place my mind went. I'm sorry.
But you're right, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, though, that would be a great one.
Miles Morales, because his game was
the
like Christmas
Tinkerer.
time.
Yeah. Get her in there.
A Tinkerer, that'd be sick. Man, yeah, I can't think of like wintry ones.
The Knights. So what's cool about this is Knights
David
into
from The Last of Us as well says Infinite Corpse.
yeah,
Jesus.
yeah. Then the Knights into Dreams,
Yeah.
the Sega Saturn game, they released a Christmas version of that game. Like it was like a special standalone. I think it was a different ass disc, but like yeah, it was a couple Christmas themed levels.
Wow.
And they had like you know Knights was the character's name Knights. with the little tiny eye, but everything else is caps. The jester little.
Yeah.
What are they called? Bear, you would know the name of like
The thing at the end of
Hella's.
horns?
No, from Star Wars.
From Hella.
Twi'lek. A Twi'lek's.
I don't know what's happening.
Sorry, you said Hella, and I was
I don't know what
on
he's doing,
Thor
too.
Ragnarok.
Yeah. Leku. Thank you, Ernie Cooper.
Leku.
Or Leku.
Yeah.
You know the Twi'lek's from Star Wars?
No. Which Star Wars is this?
We can stop. We
Yeah,
can
okay.
move on. We can move
Fair
on.
enough. You
But
lost me.
they were Santa hats. That's what I was driving.
Give
towards.
me Santa from Gex 3.
Yes.
That'd be cool.
Like X fuck.
Anyway, good for them. Wonder why tomorrow at 6 p.m.
This is what I was talking about.
Oh. That was a lot of build up to that.
Yeah.
That was a lot of build up.
Can you look up Nights into Dreams Christmas? Because then you'll really know what I'm talking about.
Fair enough. 6 p.m. That's like start of Game Awards, right? Why are they doing it then? That feels like such a specific time. I don't know what that would.
That's not great.
Like I don't think
Do
they're
it today.
I don't think they're like teasing anything. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
okay.
similar tendrils. Yeah, I see it.
Maybe it's part of the pre-show. Maybe like they have this in like the pre-show of, hey, a new Astro Bot level, go play it. It's out right now.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is the timing seems so specific.
Weird.
Hera is who you're thinking of.
Yeah, I fucked that up. I said Hella.
Tim, I hope the Winter Wonder level is
Yeah.
big.
Oh, it's gonna be
I
so
hope
big.
it's a big level to explore. But if I wanted something smaller, say the tiniest news I need to know about, where would I go?
You go to our last story, the Wii News channel, where we cover all of the small news items that you need to know about.
Story number 7 is being demoted to Wii News. It is that Warhammer 40k TV series with Henry Cavill is in development over at Amazon. We knew that they were working on something. Now we know that they're going to start off with a TV show. Henry Cavill posted about it over on his Instagram with a selfie because he's Henry Cavill, so you had to take a selfie, you know? Put that face out there, let people know that I'm still handsome and that I'm working on some Warhammer 40k shit. More Wii News for you. Ultimate Sheep Raccoon has been announced and is coming in 2025. Ultimate Sheep Raccoon is a bike racing party game where you and your friends build the course together, add obstacles and dangerous traps, take the lead with power-ups, and race to the finish. It is the successor to Ultimate Chicken Horse.
I love this.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
This is insane.
Yeah.
This is so good.
This is really good.
This is going to change kind of funny trajectory.
I know.
Like, somebody's
Big deal.
going to quit.
This is a big deal right here.
And surprisingly, it'll be Kevin's.
Toem 2 is now in development. That's huge for Greg Miller. Naiad was surprise launched during the Wholesome Snack event yesterday. Tim, I don't know if you saw Naiad. Naiad was at the Nintendo thing that we did during GDC.
Okay.
It is like a cool art style little thing.
Oh, yeah.
I think me and you played
Little
it, or
mer
I
people.
played it.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like you're floating around in a pond. It's fun.
It happens.
Thank you, Barrett, for bringing up Naiad. Yeah, this is what it is. According to Bill Kuhn, the first Berserker Kazan launches March 27th on Xbox Series, PS5, and PC. PS Plus Extra and Premium games for December have been announced. On Extra, you're getting Sonic Frontiers, Forspoken, Rabbids Party of Legends, WRC Generations, Fist, Forged in Shadow Torch, Jurassic World Evolution 2, Coffee Talk, Episode 1 and 2, A Space for the Unbound, Biped, and Fogs. And then for Premium, you're getting Sly 2, Sly 3, Jak and Daxter The Precursor Legacy, and Star Wars Tales from the Galaxy's Edge. And that is it for Wii News. We do have some super chats for you.
Chats.
Oh, and we have quite a few to pull from. Let's see here. Frolicious writes in and says, watching from home as I start my 22-day vacation. Happy vacation,
man. Have a good
Frolicious.
time.
Dexter Schwarzler says, a non-gaming question, but will you react to the 28 Days Later trailer? Or 28 years later, thank you. It's a perfect movie trailer that you would all love. Thank you, guys.
I already saw it. Looks awesome. Love this franchise. Can't wait for more. Can't believe we're getting more. So yeah, I don't think we're going to be doing a live reaction here. But have you seen the 28 series?
I'm not.
Oh, man.
Worth it?
Dude, Cillian Murphy in a zombie thing.
You know what?
It's RT as hell.
I've since Oppenheimer, that guy Cillian Murphy,
Yeah.
he has the stuff.
Oh, he's got the stuff.
This break,
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna
It's
make
Nolan
my.
time.
I think it's Nolan time. I think I'm gonna watch all the Nolan movies.
yeah.
I saw that Interstellar is in theaters. It's in AMC theaters.
Yeah.
I sadly am busy during
Oh, man.
all
That's
the
so
showings.
bad. That's so bad.
I'm so upset.
Interstellar in IMAX is like a religious experience. So you're missing out. But yeah, no, stoked about this. Really bummed that I saw that 28. So it's 28 days later, 28 weeks later, and now 28 years later. 28 days later, the first movie apparently is incredibly hard to get a hold of.
Really?
It's not on any streaming service, even as like rental, like not paid. And so the only way you can get it is physical DVDs and stuff, and they're incredibly expensive.
Really?
Because they're like,
when did that movie come out?
2003?
Really?
Something like that.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah, so hopefully they fix that.
Robbie Rob says, are we going to react to the Shibuya Square Sonic 3 scene? Here's the thing. I saw it pop up on my timeline. I watched the first 2 seconds, went, no, I need to save this.
No, exactly.
I need to save this for when I'm watching it in theater. I can't spoil it for myself. CJ Slisten says, what game would make KF collectively say, oh shit?
I think there's a more than a handful of them, but I do think Naughty Dog is probably like...
I mean, honestly, probably any Sony first party thing.
Yeah.
Donkey Kong 64, maybe.
Yeah, coming at SO.
It made 2 of us lose our absolute fucking minds. I had one in mind that I forgot. Oh, Half-Life 3. That would make the world say,
any of the big stuff, yeah. Like Half-Life 3, any big Nintendo
I can't believe
thing.
you're like earnestly saying the words Half-Life 3 out loud.
I know, but we are.
This is for me, this is like the equivalent of saying like, oh man, Jesus Christ could come back tomorrow at the Game Awards. Yeah. Which, like, as somebody who grew up Christian, he can.
Honestly, I think that's more likely blessed than Rockstar coming with GTA 6.
Jesus Christ showing up with the man. If I hear them trumpets, I'm falling to my knees and I'm praying, Tim. It turns out to be the next Last of Us trailer. Fucking Joe moved on to playing trumpets now. Let's see. Jenny writes in and says, I like that this hat is kind of funny's version of the Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants.
Oh, yes.
Apple's Dude 123 says, I think the 2 holy shit moments might be Naughty Dog and Half-Life. Maybe Xbox handhelds, since Xbox Series X did get announced at TGA. Zabe says, Troy and Shannon were voice actors for Gundog. Give Gary his flowers. Maybe a Gundog game coming out.
Maybe.
That'd be sick.
Yeah, that's one of the 2 things.
The more mech shit, the merrier.
Yep.
Apple's Dude says, how unlikely would a new Twisted Metal be?
I think that the Twisted Metal game, I think, is dead.
Oh, you think it's dead? I think it's happening
so.
at some point. Well, actually...
I mean, because wasn't it...
You're right. We might have talked about it being dead.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's dead, but...
The last I remember, though, like, I remember us talking about how it got moved from the Destruction All-Stars developer to a different developer. But I feel like you might be right that sometime after that, it might have died.
Yeah, and whether we know that officially or not, I think that project's dead.
Yeah.
But I do think the Twisted Metal Season 2 trailer will be there tomorrow. Like, I'm 90 to 100% sure.
Wow.
Yeah, that's one of my predictions, but it makes sense. Too much sense.
We'll do this last one. Thwarted Junk writes in and says, if there was enough love for a Days Gone remaster, why wouldn't it be on PlayStation's top 100 games, even though Walking Dead was in the 50s? Just saying. If you haven't watched me and Mike reacting to IGN's top 100 PlayStation games of all time, you got to do it. You got to do it. It's a good time.
Check it out, everybody.
That is it for Super Chats. Let's do You're Wrong real quick. That's not a You're Wrong. Not a You're Wrong. Kebab says 28 Days Later, released in 2002. Kebab also says Tim is correct. The main character of Nights into Dreams is called Nights.
Sick.
That's it for You're Wrong.
That's it, everybody. We did it. What a great show.
It's been a great show, Tim. Tim, thank you so much for joining me. Looking forward to reacting to the Game Awards with you tomorrow. It's going to be a very fun time. But the fun doesn't stop here because we got a GamesCast after this where we got to talk about the Game Awards. But this has been Kind of Funny Games Daily. Each and every weekday, we run you through the nerdy news you need to know about live on YouTube, Twitch, and on podcast services around the globe. If you love what we do, support us with the Kind of Funny membership on Patreon or YouTube to get all of our shows ad-free. Watch us record them live and get a daily exclusive show. Enjoy the GamesCast next and the stream after. But until next time, Game Daily.